2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the Pistons taking on the Wizards. For the Pistons, every game presents another chance to improve and refine their brand of basketball. They want to win each half, each quarter, each minute, each possession. Wizards, Pistons, just moments away right after this. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Bradley Beal is out there with Russell Westbrook, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. And for the Pistons, Jeremy Grant is out there with Griffin. Then there's Okafor. Then it's DeLon Wright, and it's Rose in at the 1. Off the tip. Now here's Westbrook. Brown outside. And it's Beal in the corner. No good from outside. Okafor against Brown. Rose. Good.
Well, that's about effort, carving space for the interior look. And one attribute we'll always talk about with Rose is the heart that he plays with.
Now here's Beal. Great D that time from Griffin.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Blake Griffin. About 1 minute into the first. Westbrook drives in, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Okafor, the pass to Griffin. On its way from Rose for 2. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 4-point game. Bryant finds Westbrook. Now here's Beal. Shoots off the step back. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Here's Grant after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Left side, Griffin. 4 on the clock. And good that time.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Dwayne Casey gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He believes that Bradley Beal's playmaking is now almost as dangerous as his scoring. Coach said as Beal became the target for defenses, he's adjusted. Now he burns them with the pass. That's why we're going to play him straight up tonight. And that means Beal could get going early and often. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And he makes the first.
And how about this, Doris? For all of his offensive accomplishments, Beal has said he wants to make the all-defensive first team at some point.
Well, he has the instincts, the athleticism, and the tenacity to do exactly that, Greg. The problem is he has had to expend so much energy at the offensive end. But what you love is he's willing to take on difficult challenges. That should help him qualify. Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Bryant against Griffin. It's stolen by Bryant. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Here's Westbrook. Good, and Beal picking up the assist. It's all knotted up.
Well, you have to respect the physicality of Russell Westbrook. This guy plays with power, and he will go right through a defender.
Three-pointer right. No good that time. Now Washington takes it the other way. To the middle. Griffin with the steal. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Rose looking around. Grant outside. Lock at 6. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Terrific focus from Jeremy Grant. This guy understands how to take contact and fight through it.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 6 points.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Okafor. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The shot's good from Griffin.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Westbrook against Rose. Bryant. Here's Brown. Back to Westbrook. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Hachimura, no good.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Grant. And it's sent back by Bryant.
Boy, blocking shots is usually about timing. But with Thomas Bryant, it's about that tremendous length.
And here's Brown outside. Detroit with the rebound. Inside. Griffin dishes to Grant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
The Pistons making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. The Wizards also changing it up. Mo Wagner's checked in for Thomas Bryant. And it's Bertanis in for Hachimura. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 25 seconds left in the first. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Beal against Wright. Beal with it. He has 6. And that one's good. Wagner.
Some shooters will get tunnel vision, but Beal with a nice unselfish play there.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pistons lead by 2. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys, James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on it. We've got Josh Jackson, Plumlee out there with Griffin. Then there's Hayes, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 2 spot. They're the group Detroit will start the second with.
A tenacious forward with high energy. It's clear that Griffin is still capable of throwing down a double-double.
Blake Griffin hits them both. Wizards trail by 4. Beal the pass to Smith. Bertans kicks to Beal. Right wing, pass to Bertans. Carries it from three-point range. Bertans got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Here's Hayes. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And at last year's trade deadline, it surprised some people that Bertans was one of the hottest names out there.
Right. Bertans goes from a guy who was getting limited minutes in San Antonio to playing around 30 per game for Washington. There were reports that suggested the Wizards were asking for at least 1 first-round pick and maybe a sweetener. Boy, does that show you the value of a sweet shooting big man.
Mikhailuk, his 3-pointers off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
That puts them in the lead. Beal's got 8 points.
How about the balance? Beal stopping on a dime.
The Pistons trailing. Right side, Griffin. From down in the low post, it goes. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. For the Pistons, rebuild has been a dirty word. With all their injuries last season, staying in the playoff picture was out of the cards. This summer, their highest draft pick in a decade, Motor City is hoping it will be back in the fast lane soon. Guys?
Building up that talent base. Thank you, David. Here's Smith, following the bucket by the Pistons. And here is Beal, puts it up from 15. Plumlee with the rebound.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Jackson has the open look on the 3 off target. Wizards trail by 3. Pass to Avdia. Griffin grabs the board. Griffin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out left to the wing, pulls it up. And Detroit again with the bucket.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Outside Beal, and now the Pistons fast break. Here's Mikhailuk, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Bradley Beal picks one up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for the Pistons. And then for Washington, Brown, he's checked in for Avdia. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Ish Smith. And so he makes both from the line. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to how about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Left side, Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Misses that one. He's made one and missed two this game so far.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And Beal kicks to Westbrook. And another miss by Washington.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Now here's Westbrook. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
A nice shot by McCullough.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Wagner passes to Westbrook. Second chance shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Westbrook's got his second bucket.
You get the sense that Russell Westbrook relishes contact. He is so physically strong.
Now here's Hayes. Guarded closer. Here's Plumlee. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Plumlee's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pistons.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Well, how about the effort on the glass? Even with this lead, I love that they're still going after it.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see you back out here, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 12 points, and you look at the Pistons. Shaq, how does this team take that next step to break out of the pack in the East?
Well, you want the regular answer, Ernie, or you want the intelligent
I want truth.
answer?
I want the truth.
I'm going to give you the intelligent answer, Ernie. Ownership hasn't had the appetite for it. It's been a challenge for the front office.
If anybody knows about an appetite, it would be you, big fella. Kenny?
Well, they don't have a big market to draw from, for free agents. But if you're tearing it down, it's hard to get over the hump. I'll just let you know that.
Ernie, can you hand me those cookies?
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Griffin. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Brown.
A smooth athlete with that near 7-foot wingspan. Brown has the positional versatility that every team craves.
And Greg, it's not just the physical attributes. Brown is smart. He's highly skilled. He played point guard in high school, so you know you can run the offense through him. He's got great handle, great instinct, so much to like.
Now Westbrook following the three-point attempt by Blake Griffin. And Westbrook, here we go, plays it up and banks it in. Westbrook's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Wizards. Pistons leading by 10. Outside Rose. Count it.
We've seen this a time or two. Derrick Rose in the mid-range doing work.
Now the Wizards with it. The pass to Beal. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
First free throw is good.
Well, what you love about Russell Westbrook, yes, he can give you a triple-double every night. But what I love more is the passion and the fact that he gives it to you every single night he plays.
And so Westbrook makes them both. Here is Rose. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Grant outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Griffin inside. He's covered by Hachimura. That shot by Griffin, no good. Rose against Westbrook. And the lead is down inside single digits. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, the explosion, the body control, Westbrook doing damage right now.
Right outside. Back to Rose. Out to the right wing. Okafor, the pass to Wright. Kicks it to Grant. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Rose for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Beal, the pass to Bryant. Westbrook against Rose. On the wing, Brown. The three-pointer, no good. Pistons leading by 8. Okafor with the ball. Picked up by Bryant. Grant kicks to Rose. Wright looking around. Back to Rose. Shoots from the elbow. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Rose has got 6 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Blake Griffin had 2 more knee surgeries last season. Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said that the year before, they rode him like a cheap horse, in Casey's words, to make the playoffs. Griffin acknowledged his load may need managing down the road, saying, "I'm a believer in science. I'm going to listen to them and let them lead the way." Guys?
Smart perspective. David, thank you. And that one falls for Okafor. free throws good for Okafor. So for the Pistons, Plumlee comes in for Blake Griffin. And Josh Jackson subbed in for Jeremy Grant. Then for the Wizards, Mahimi comes in for Thomas Bryant. And it's Bertanis in for Troy Brown. Jackson finds Rose. Wright trying to break free. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Jackson. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Beal, knocked loose and stolen by Wright. Jackson passes to Wright, to the paint. Westbrook against Rose. No good from 11 feet. Wizards trail by 11. Now Beal, 11 points in the game. Off target from outside. Passes it to Plumlee. Rose against Mahimi. Outside Rose, pass to Wright. 5 to shoot. A floater, and the rejection by Mahimi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Now here is Hachimura. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Westbrook. Okafor grabs the miss. Pistons leading by 13. On the wing, Jackson for the three. Rebound, Washington. Now here's Beal. Outside Westbrook. Looking for Beal. He gets it there. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. And it's 13 points for Bradley Beal.
Well, just incredible instincts from Russell Westbrook. How about that pass? On time, on target, make it easy.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Pistons on top, up 11. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Dan, he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Plumlee out there with Josh Jackson. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Jahlil Okafor. And it's Wright in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Detroit right now. That one falls for Westbrook. Detroit leading by 8. Wright, the pass to Okafor. He kicks it to Rose. That one doesn't go. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by the Pistons. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wright with it. Westbrook picks him up. Jackson passes to Wright. Smith against Plumlee. Riffer inside. The kick out to Rose. Right outside. Just 5 to shoot. Detroit, no good that time either.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Detroit. Grant comes in for Jackson. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Lions checked in. That free throw, good from Avdia. And one of the premier floor spacers in this game now, Bertans. Greg presents a matchup nightmare.
I mean, no one can challenge his shot. He's 6'10", has that high quick release, and can hit it from 30 feet. 2 years in a row now, he's been over 42% from range. And the scary part is he's starting to round out the rest of his game.
And here's Westbrook, following the three-pointer by Derrick Rose. Westbrook double team. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Troy Brown's checked in for Avdia. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Rose against Westbrook. Griffin inside. Bertans grabs the board. Bertans got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Left side, Brown. The pass to Bertans. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Westbrook. And Wright pulls it down. And it's Wright with the ball for Detroit. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Rose passes to Griffin. To the wing on the left. Grant with the ball. Over Bryant. No good off the back of the rim. Wizards trail by 5. Westbrook with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Brown outside. Out to Smith. Pass to Brown. Back to Westbrook. Tries again. And he sinks the layup. Westbrook's got 11 in the second half.
Westbrook demands the basketball and says, I got you, fellas. The big-time delivery.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communication. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Blake Griffin.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And his boy has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. Both shots good from the stripe. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. To the left wing. Here's Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A primary scorer for his team. Griffin also has a knack for drawing fouls on the way up.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And the Pistons making a change here. Okafor's checked in. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
Outside Westbrook to tie it up. That shot off the mark. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Right side Rose. Good work there as it goes. Rose has got 5 points now this quarter.
We know this about Derrick Rose. He never ducks these moments. He's fearless, this guy.
Outside Westbrook. And it's Beal in the corner. There's the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Out to the wing. Here's Griffin. And a missed layup. And the Wizards with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. And here's Westbrook. Down low. It's good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Griffin.
And you can see how the team rallies around Griffin in these situations. And their faith is not misplaced. He plays with such heart.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. We've got 33 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try it.
Brown trying to free himself up. It's money from deep.
And not efficient in that first half, but they have really picked it up here. The shots that weren't falling earlier finally finding the bottom of the net.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 1. 27 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Hachimura is checked in for the Wizards. Here's Grant. Takes it to Okafor. Rose passes to Griffin. A fadeaway. The shot, no good.
The fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, the amazing thing to me is as much as Bradley Beal has turned into a complete player for a guy who entered as simply a jump shooter, I think there's even another level he can get to. That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
Right outside, from past the arc. Can't get the 3 to fall. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
Boy, if you watch him now, it's amazing that Thomas Bryant ever fell to the 2nd round in the draft. He's big, he's skilled, he knows the game.
And he ends up making the 2nd, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now Rose. And So it's Washington who scraped by with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Russell. Congrats on the win. How are you guys able to stay in front down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive. And we did a good job of, all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Great effort at both ends, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.